To Six Sigma Online Certifications, we are on the topic Define Phase, Project Management Basics, Project Management Tools, Part 2. In this video, we'll discuss about matrix charts, relation charts, and tree diagram, while we discussed about affinity diagram in the previous part of this video. The matrix charts is used for comparing products, services, suppliers, etc. based on identified attributes, very often used. And if we are using one set of attributes, that is one group of attributes against one group of suppliers, or then we have two groups. In that case, we call it L matrix. It looks like this. It is called L because if you rotate it by 90 degree, you will see it looks like an L. A three group matrix in which we are trying to compare supplier group and the plant group. There are two groups. With the attribute group, we have three groups. This matrix is called as T matrix. It can be seen because it forms a T if you rotate by 90 degree. So the shape name is given based on the how it looks, how the columns look, comparison groups looks. So we'll discuss about this little more. So for example, we have four suppliers. So we have a group called supplier group. We have some attributes on which we identify good suppliers, which are called supplier attributes. So if we see on the cost, supplier 4 is the best. On the process capability, supplier 1 is the best, while supplier 2 and 3 are almost neck to neck. On supply performance, which is delivery performance on time in full delivery, we see supplier 2 is the best. If we go to response to changes, that means number of changes they are ready to accept more than 10, supplier 2. And if we see response to emergencies, supplier 1 is the best, supplier 2 is the best. And therefore we see overall it looks like supplier 2 is the best supplier. Now we want to compare our suppliers with our own plants who are manufacturing the same product. We see that overall cost of manufacturing of our plant is much lower. Also, when we see capability wise, we see our plant 1 is best of all. Our plant 2 is similar to supplier 2 and 3, whereas plant 3 is better than plant 2 and a little worse than plant 1. In case of OTIF percentage, our all plants are good. Plant 1 is outstanding. If we go to response to changes, it looks there is a company standard of 5 to 7 days, 5 to 7 times, and all the plants respond very fast to emergencies. So this looks like manufacturing from own plant will be better, and within those plants looks like plant 1 seems to be the best plant overall. Now we go to relation chart. Now we saw in the matrix that we are not able to give a value which actually overall is the best supplier or which plant is the best. We are giving it based on our observation. If we give some value to this, it is called as relation chart. So it is also called as cause and effect matrix or prioritization matrix, very commonly used in Six Sigma projects. For example, in this case, we use this in project selection. So if we are giving rating of 3, it means the moderate impact. If you're giving rating of 9, it means high impact of this project on the business strategic impact. And if we see 1, this project number 2 has very remote impact on revenue. So some revenue will increase but very low. And if you go to 0, YY has no impact on revenue at all. So this way we identify 0, 1, 3, 9, but still it is judgmental. So some companies opt for giving specific values to 9. So for example, in strategic case, if it relates to long-term strategy, we give 9. If it is only relates to annual objective 3, it is felt important but not getting related to any objective 1, but not important, not related to any objective, giving 0. So this way we have identified for all of them. This is also possible when we are developing relationship chart. Tree diagram is hierarchy for special purposes, like for example we studied in work breakdown that we identify sub projects, then sub projects, and then activities under each sub project. We make a tree hierarchy, like your organizational chart. We scope down. In scope identification, we identified losses, and within losses how much loss of each type. So this becomes a scoping down tool also. In root cause analysis, we saw in fishbone diagram that we identify main bone, then within main bone, man machine, material method, within man machine method the causes, and then YY of each. So it's making a hierarchy. So its root cause analysis or fishbone diagram is also a type of tree diagram. A very common component chart, which is also called as Gozinto chart, is used for making machine hierarchy. So we write the name of main machine, then main assemblies, then sub assemblies, then parts. This helps us in keeping overall equipment history, equipment analysis very easy. Thank you very much for testing your knowledge on this video, or for Six Sigma certifications visit leandigit.com. For more knowledge on this topic, please subscribe our channel.